What's up, y'all? It's everybody's favorite Unk. Today we got some ninja shit again.
Because that's my ninja way.
That's right, we got some more ninja shit. You guys know me, I can't get enough of the ninja shit. And we are taking a look at the SH Figuarts Sakura Haruno. Now this is obviously before she took the last name Uchiha. I'd like to think this is like pre-war arc Sakura. This is right when she was coming into her own as a shinobi. She was training under the tutelage of Tsunade. And one thing about Sakura, man, a lot of Naruto fans, they seem to hate on Sakura. I never got it. I never got the hate for Sakura. I feel like she's always been an integral part of Team 7, and I'm really excited to get my hands on her because I recently sold the Anime Heroes version of Sakura that I had, knowing I was going to pick this one up, and man, if you were thinking the same thing, definitely make that move. The Anime Heroes Sakura is nothing compared to the Figuarts version. As you guys know, I always like to pose a question to the audience watching, and today we're going to keep it real simple. Actually, I'm going to give you a two-part question. Who is your favorite Naruto character, and what character do you want to see most by Tamashii Nations in this line? For me, my favorite Naruto character has always been Shisui. I think Shisui is a very underrated Uchiha. Right behind him would be Orochimaru, and if I had to choose my most wanted character, it would definitely be Orochimaru. I think you could do so many cool things with him, like an alternate head swap with the tongue coming out, the snakes for his jutsu. Man, you got so many opportunities to do some cool stuff with Orochimaru, so I'd love to see that. But yeah, leave your comments below on what you guys want to see and who your favorite character is. Now, before we hop into Sakura, you know we always take a look at the MSRP on this thing. It's right around 55 bucks. That's what I got her for. You can find her used for pretty cheap now. As far as all the other characters in the line, especially the ones that have gotten that update, so you got that new Sasuke, you got the new Kakashi, you got the new Naruto out, you got two versions of Naruto out that are newer right now. She's really the cheaper one. So I'd say don't spend any more than 60 bucks on her. As you can see here, the prices are ranging anywhere from 45 on sale all the way up to 60 bucks. So $55 is that sweet spot. Not a bad price for this purchase, I'll say off that. Now taking a look at the box, not too much different than any of the other SH Figuarts packaging. You've got a render of Sakura there on the side, looking nice and stylized. That window packaging, so you can see her in the front. Naruto at the bottom, the Bandai logo, Tamashii Nations, the seal of approval, all that good stuff. Taking a look at the back, you've got a picture of Sakura in a whole bunch of different poses, and man, this figure just looks like it's going to be so fun. Your typical stuff on the back. On the right side of the box, you got a picture of the actual figure, pulling her glove down and her name. On the left side of the box, you got her name in the Japanese caricatures and a picture of the figure below as well. But enough about the box, let's go ahead and take a look at the aesthetic on this girl right out of the packaging. You feel me? All right, now fresh out the box, man, she looks very good. I will say that this face sculpt is 100% accurate. It's not too hard to get some of these anime characters, especially the Naruto characters, looking accurate. They're pretty simply drawn, and I think Tamashii Nations is doing a splendid job on that. She's got the right amount of paint on this figure. Now, here's the thing. I don't think you need too much paint on a figure like this because of how small it is. I mean, on the red, on her little jacket, her little over jacket, there's nice shading on there, which is really cool. Brings us to life with those little details. The zipper's painted well with that nice satin or metallic finish. You got a nice little satin metallic finish for the headband on top as well. The Haruno symbol is also painted really clean on the back as well. The wraps on her legs are painted well. And look, man, the toe joints, for as much flack as I know a lot of people probably give them for the way the toe joints are painted on these Naruto figures, I think they're painting them the best that they can with that joint being in there. It's not too bad, man. Definitely not as bad as that Best Selection Naruto that we had, the budget version of Naruto that they put out in a lot of stores. So yeah, man, the paint looks great on this thing. I really love the sculpt on it as well. You can see the wrinkles that are sculpted on her skirt. I think that looks really awesome. The hair is done nicely. And look, man, I'll say another thing about the face. The tampography on these faces is solid. You can see like the little you can see the little reflection in her eyes and stuff like that. Man, Tamashii Nations is really killing it as far as the aesthetic of their figures. And honestly, this girl looks really good. So in the aesthetic department, she gets a pass from me. I don't really want to give it a number grade, but she definitely gets a pass. It looks good enough. All right, now getting into accessories. You get a pretty decent spread for the price point. Nothing too crazy. You get 2 sets of hands plus 1 extra hand. You get 4 additional faceplates, and you get an effect piece for her Fist of Fury. You get relaxed hands. You get the open hands. And you also get the fist holding hand for her holding her fist together. For the faceplates, you get a stern face. You get a pissed off face at Naruto, like, oh my goodness, Naruto, get out of here. You get one of those faces where she's real happy to see that Sasuke's alive. And of course, you get your typical yelling face as well. All the faces done really well. Once again, the tampography on the faces is on point. Tamashii Nations is killing it with their faces as of late on these anime characters. The effect piece for her fist looks really cool as well. It'd be nice to get a War Arc Sakura down the line so we can get some more 100 Healings Jutsu effect pieces. That'd be cool. The only thing about these accessories is I wish that they would have gave us some kunai. Like, give us some kunai, give us some actual like open fist holding hands to hold those kunai or other kunai from other characters that have weapons. Yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that one. I mean, it's not too expensive of a release especially compared to the other releases in the line. It's not bad at all in the price, but man, I just wish that they would have gave us more. They could have gave us more. Like in the Anime Heroes version, you get a kunai with the paper tag on it. At least give us that. So that was a little disappointing, but you know, it's not terrible. The accessories, like it's okay. If it was a $65 release, then it might be a little egregious, but for $55, I'm not too upset about it. Now getting into articulation. As I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm not going to go over every single point of articulation. I am not a scientist. I do not design or engineer action figures. I'm just going to put her in some poses and show you guys some videos so you can see exactly how she poses, because that's all we really care about. And I'll say, man, the articulation is very, very solid on this figure. You know, I think it should be applauded when you have a petite figure and it actually can get into almost any poses you wanted to get into. There are some things that were kind of upsetting about it. I do think that the ab crunch or the torso piece should have more range on it, especially with her being small. Not the best range on that thing, but I will say the shoulders are engineered awesome. I love that the shoulders have a little hinge in them as well as they have the butterfly joints. Now at first the butterfly joints don't seem like they do too much, but they are very effective actually, and it's very buttery smooth to get her into a bunch of different poses. But she does have like a little hinge part, like her shoulders. They kind of have like a split in the middle that they hinge at instead of being on like a traditional ball peg, which is very cool, and it makes her be able to get into a whole lot of different poses. The head and neck situation is very interesting on these. It reminds me of how they did some of the Jujutsu Kaisen figures. I like the way that they do them. Sasuke has the same type of deal on his neck as well, where you can get tons and tons of range and attitude on it. The only thing is that you tend to get a little bit of lollipop if you push it too far, but there isn't any angle you can't get the head at, and I think that's awesome. It's a little awkward to get it looking real nice, but once you get used to it, it's not that big of a deal. The legs are perfect. You can kick up really well. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, thigh swivel. The ankle hinge is awesome. You can push the ankle hinge all the way forward and all the way back. Like, she has tremendous range on the ankles. So I think as far as like articulation for a shinobi, it is really, really good. Like I said, I wish that ab crunch was a little bit better, and I will say the way that they sculpted the butterfly joints in with that little extra shirt piece, it can be a little awkward when posing at times, and it can look a little weird and break up the sculpt. So not the most effective way to make it look good, but it all works, and it all works well, and when you're posing it, it is easy to hide. So nothing extraordinary, but it is extremely solid. And it is exactly what you expect from Tamashii Nation. So I think the articulation is pretty swell on this one. I think they nailed it pretty good. Now getting into some size comparisons. Of course, I'm going to have her here with her Hidden Leaf compadre. We've got her up against the Best Selection Naruto. That is not the most recent release of Naruto. We have her against Sasuke here, her baby daddy. And we've got her against Minato, the 4th Hokage, aka Naruto's dad. I think she scales very well to all these guys right here. And that Minato is the Anime Heroes Minato as well. The Figuarts one is going for way too much money right now. One day, hopefully they'll do a re-release on that one. And here we have her against some Dragon Ball Z Figuart stuff, since to me Naruto and Dragon Ball Z kind of sort of go hand in hand, especially for like entry-level anime. You've got her against Nappa. You've also got her against the recent release of Turles. You've got her against the Dragon Ball superhero Piccolo. And all of these figures are gargantuan compared to her, which that's the right scale in my opinion. And for the last comparison, I wanted to put her up against some females from other lines. So here we have her against the symbiote version of Gwen Stacy. We also have her against Nakia from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever Build-A-Figure wave. And we have her against Killswitch from the Valverse Action Force Series 3 line. Final thoughts on Sakura here, man. Look, this is a very, very solid release. There's not too much negative to say about this release, but there also isn't anything glowing that I could say about this release. It's just in line with what you would expect from Tamashii Nations. They definitely delivered. And I think that for a lot of people that were using that Anime Heroes version of the stand-in, especially from Tamashii Nation's first attempt at the Naruto line, they never got around to a Sakura, so I'm sure there were a lot of people that were using that Anime Heroes version of the stand-in. This blows that one out of the water completely. So when it comes to my final thoughts about this girl, she does the job perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her a final grade of an 8. Like I said, I wish that the ab crunch was a little bit better. There's just enough paint on it. You know, there's nothing extraordinary or nothing, you know, terrible about this figure. It's right in line. And if this is any indication of what Tamashii Nations is thinking moving forward with the Naruto line, I think we're in good hands. I think that the Naruto line has the potential to become just as popular and lucrative as the Dragon Ball line. So congrats Tamashii Nations. You definitely did a good job on this one. But if you guys have this girl, what do you think of her? And if you don't have her, are you planning on picking her up? Make sure you leave those comments below and let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Throw on that notification bell so you never miss a video. And until next time, peace.